Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here, Team Toyota of Princeton, to check out this brand new 2024 Toyota Sequoia. This is the SR5 trim with all-wheel drive, so we got entry-level action with all-wheel drive. Midnight black metal is the color, black cloth interior, and this also has the TRD off-road package, which adds a lot of stuff, but it adds a lot of money. So you'll have to let me know whether you would do that or not. So let's check this out. We're going to go with a more streamlined review today because of the heat, so let's dig in. Front end of the Sequoia, again, the midnight black metallic goes good with the flat black on the grille, the huge hybrid Toyota badge right in the middle because our iForce Max engine is a hybrid setup. We have full LED lighting all the way around, including the fog lamps down below, functional side air curtains, so a really good beefy look on the front end of the Sequoia. Now, we do have the upgraded TRD wheels with this TRD off-road package. So we're going to have an 18-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Toyota badge on the center cap. Now these wheels are wrapped in Michelin LTX Trail all-terrain tires, 265 on the width, 70 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, four-wheel drive. Moving on back, full side profile. Nice, big, and boxy shape on the Sequoia. I think it's a good-looking full-size SUV. Up top, we have the iForce Max callouts on the hood. As we come in, we have color-match side view mirrors with LED turn signals, color-match front and rear door handle. There's our TRD off-road callout for this package. And then up top, we're going to go with a color-matched roof, flat black on the roof rails and crossbars, and a standard sunroof. Rear end of our Sequoia, again, the big boxy shape means big boxiness in the back. We're going to go with LED taillights and turn signals. We have the roof spoiler coming off the top, but we do have the wiper down below on the glass. Blacked out Sequoia emblem right there in the middle of the tailgate. Down below, we're going to have the exhaust tucked up underneath the rear bumper and the spare behind the tow hitch. And of course, this vehicle can tow up to 9,120 pounds. Under the hood of this 24 Sequoia SR5, we have Toyota's 3.4-liter iForce Max hybrid engine mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 19 in the city, 22 on the highway, 20 combined. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? I'm liking these Sequoias, but I don't want to spend 80 grand. Well, here you go. Base price for the Sequoia four-wheel drive SR5, $64,275. Now, this vehicle's got some options. The big one is the TRD off-road package for $1,750. That gets you the all-terrain tires, TRD off-road badging, off-road tuned suspension with Bilstein shocks, skid plates, TRD engine start button, TRD leather shift knob, aluminum sport pedals, locking rear differential, multi-terrain select, multi-terrain monitor, crawl control, downhill assist control. Boom. And then we have the TRD front skid plate on top of that for an extra $385 amongst some other things. But once you add in a big destination and delivery fee of $1,850 from Toyota's San Antonio, Texas assembly plant, this vehicle's MSRP from the factory is $69,283. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move on in. We're going to go soft touch across the top, and then we're going to go flat black plastic into our brushed aluminum door handle. Nice soft armrest with some stitching, flat black on the switch gear, and we do have power fold mirrors in this base SR5, which is a nice touch. Nice large door pocket, standard audio system. Here is a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. I like the aluminum finish on the brake and accelerator. Floor mats are in the rear of the car at this time. Here are the running boards, not a big fan of those. And now here we go, full power for the driver and front passenger in the seating. But here's the black cloth, and I'm not in love with this. It is very sandpapery to the feel. It feels very, very cheap, especially in an expensive Sequoia. Front passenger door panel, same as the driver. No memory seat settings, and then we're going to go hard black plastic, some brushed aluminum trim into your heat and air vent, and we do have a nice large glove box. Infotainment system, please excuse the air conditioning, but it's wicked hot outside and I got it blasting right now. I think maybe I'll turn it down a little bit so you can give the camera a break. We have Toyota's latest and greatest 8-inch multimedia system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. Nav is in there, but it's a Google subscription service. To get that to work, we can enable our audio. We got our Sirius XM amongst other radio stations, Bluetoothing the phone, trip information, vehicle settings, set up your driver profile, Wi-Fi hotspot and all that jazz in here. My apologies for the strobing. That's how the camera picks up this system. And then if we go to reverse, we do have a nice large backup camera, and I take that back with 360-degree view cameras, and you can change your settings as far as what you want to see right there. Nicely done with the 360. My apologies for that mistake earlier. And we do have a volume knob right there. As we come down, we got dual climate. So that's a good deal with an HDMI over there on the right side. We have the TRD push button start. We do have right here, it's our trailer brake right there. And then down further, we have our traction control, off camera views, 4-way hazards, lock the rear diff. Down further, auto vehicle hold, that is your electric emergency brake. Here's the TRD shift knob to go through this 10-speed automatic. Down further, here is our 2 high, 4 high, 4 low. Drive modes right here with your tow haul and of course your crawl control multi-terrain select. Nice area for storage right here, but no wireless charging pad. 2 cup holders, plain Jane Toyota key fob, lock unlock, panic button, and that's about it. Up top, before I forget, you have an area for storage and a 12-volt up on top of your infotainment system. A nice large armrest, fairly soft. We have an area here. We have an area right here for storage, and we can open up this all the way. Now you have a much bigger area for storage with areas for coins for tolls and a USB-A, USB-C. Toyota steering wheel, nice leather wrap wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches. We have a round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room getting in and out of the Sequoia Toyota badge on the horn button. On the left, telephone voice commands, volume. On the right, you got your safety suite controls, adaptive cruise modes for your infotainment system. Then on the left stalk, you have your headlights, fog lamps. On the right, front and rear wiper. Down below, we can have the door on or off, door light on or off, or automatic. Then we have our automatic adaptive high beams, open the fuel filler door, brighten dim the dash, trip odometer, and then we have our lighting here. You can brighten it up or dim it down. And then we have our heated steering wheel, and we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. Then we have the fully digital dash here. And now if we go to our drive modes, we can go to Eco, Normal, Sport, and then if we push the buttons, we can go to tow haul and turn that off. Multi-terrain select we can turn on with a button, and then the crawl control we can also turn on with a button. So that's what we have so far on that. So it looks good. And then you got extra information you can go through if you want to see that, and you can move it to the left or to the right, get everything up you may want to see when you're going down the road or going off-road in this SR5. Overhead console, you want your dome lighting to come on off and you open and close the door. This button in the middle remains on door. You open the door, lighting comes on, close the door. Lighting will dim out. Here you go, there's a spot for your shades. We have the framed mirror with auto dim and your home link right there. And now we have our standard sunroof, manual shade, and then you just hit the button. You open it up, wind buffer comes up, and then if you want to close it, you just close it, and it does have a tilt function, and then you can just close that up. Now on our sun visor with vanity and a light, does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the rear of the Sequoia, we can move right in. Nice and easy to get in. Plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees. We got cloth all the way down, no seat pocket behind the driver, one behind the front passenger, 2 cup holders, rear climate, which is a nice touch, and then we have a USB-A, USB-C, and we have air vents on either side to keep you cool here in the mid-row. In the back, what do we have? The same look, but instead of soft touch up top, hard black plastic on the top of the door panels. Rear mid-row seats, I should say, same black fabric, very sandpapery to the feel. And then we do have a nice soft armrest with 2 cup holders, an area to slide your phone. So it is pretty comfortable back here, but these seats, need improvement, to say the least. To get into row number 3, you just hit this lever, and this seat does one of those jobs, kind of gymnastic-like, to help you get in, and then you can just climb right into the 3rd row. Now, the 3rd row, we got a lot of room to sit back here, right? Plenty of room for my knees. My head's hitting the roof, and I got shoulder space. I do have 2 cup holders, and tucked in down here on either side, I got a USB-C. But right now, I got my air cranked because it's hot way here in the back. And on the other side, you still got the 2 cup holders, but you don't have a USB-C. So, excuse me, in here, you have one back here on the left side. So in a different spot. But overall, it's not bad in the 3rd row. Getting into the cargo area of your Sequoia SR5, it's a manual tailgate and it's not light. But you can also open the glass separately. Right next to the Toyota hybrid badge, there's a button. You hit that, the glass pops open. Now you can lift up the glass and just reach in, take something out, or put something in. And then you can close the glass back down. Now to open the tailgate, right underneath the Toyota badge and above the license plate, there's a button you push and you lift up. And there you go. And as you can see, the Sequoia doesn't have as much cargo space in the back as the competition, such as Ford Expedition, Chevy Tahoe, and the GMC Yukon. So let me know what you think about that. But as you come back here, you do have different levels you can set the shelf at. So this is basically a shelf right here. And you can set it up at different levels and kind of sort out your cargo however you want from back here. And this one was set at the lowest level because obviously nobody has bought the car yet. But that's kind of what you can do with that shelf, which is kind of inventive. And to get the 3rd row down, you just have to pull the strap and let the 3rd row down. Pull the strap and let your 3rd row down. And now you got more room. And like I said, for these seats here, we just hit this button, and that's going to move these up and out of the way on either side. So we'll do that. Like that. And now, as you can see, we're up to 86.9 cubic feet of space, but the floor isn't exactly flat. Now you can take this, if you want to try to get this part flattened out, you can put this in here, and now you got some more of a more level area by adjusting this right here. But at the end of the day, when you're looking at the competition, Expedition, Tahoe, Yukon, they're well over 100 cubic feet of space. And the elongated versions are up to 122 to 125 as far as space goes. So this one, against the competition, this is the biggest area of concern that I've heard from consumers. So let me know what you think about how this whole thing works and how it looks here in the back of Sequoia. Window sticker, here we go. Toyota Sequoia SR5. Fuel economy estimates. Standard equipment. Options. Total MSRP. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're going down the road in this 24 Sequoia SR5 with the TRD off-road package on it for an extra 1,700 bills. So, I'm loving the ride of this car. It's well damped. It's easy to drive. Steering is nice and light. Very direct, but I can just steer it easily, no problem. Not heavy at all. Plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror. Rear window, not bad. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist. All that jazz is in this big brawny Sequoia. So overall, operation of the vehicle is very easy. I can get to everything I want to from my driving position very easily. No problem at all. I got a good amount of tech in here for a base vehicle, even though it's got a big package on it, because I have the latest infotainment system. I got wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. I got dual climate. I got rear climate. I got heated seats. I got heated steering wheel. I have all the extra off-road action with my multi-terrain select, crawl control, hill descent control, all sorts of controls for that kind of action if you want to do off-roading. Now, your standard Sequoia is 8.6 inches of ground clearance. Now, I believe the TRD off-road package increases the ground clearance to 9.1 inches, which is about the same as the Sequoia TRD Pro. And you save a good amount of money. But for me, as somebody who wouldn't be taking a Sequoia off-road, I probably wouldn't put the TRD off-road package on this vehicle. I would just go SR5 and maybe four-wheel drive and call it a day and try to get my price around 66 grand for this. Because once you get up into the upper trims, you're 80, 81, 82, 85, and it gets a bit nonsensical, frankly, considering this Sequoia doesn't have as much cargo room as the competition that I had mentioned earlier in the Expedition, Tahoe, and Yukon, which all have much more. And the fact that we have 4Runner type max cargo space in a vehicle that's more expensive and larger than a 4Runner, and we have much less cargo space than a less expensive Grand Highlander. So it's really kind of an odd thing here with this Sequoia. I'm liking the exterior redesign. I like the fact that it's got a boxier look. It looks beefy going down the road. I'm just not so sure what happened with the back of this vehicle as far as your cargo area goes, and why Toyota did what they did. And also, they removed the V8 engine. You have now this iForce Max, which is basically a 3.4 liter V6 with the hybrid setup. It gets you more power than the V8, gets you more towing capacity than the V8. But it's not a naturally aspirated V8, which a lot of people liked and which ran forever. But it takes off just fine. The question becomes long-term reliability. This engine's fairly new, so we don't know that yet, but so far, from what I can tell, so good. Now, this is going to be really sloppy in the turns with these all-terrain tires and this off-road setup. It's softer, it's more wallowy. We're going to go ahead and take this into sport mode now and see if that does anything. I noticed a little bit as far as the transmission shifts go, but that's about it. Suspension feels about the same, steering feels about the same with the sport mode. You also have a manual shift mode in here, and all you have to do to get that going is move your gear shift to the left towards your right leg, and then you can shift using the gear shift. We don't have paddles per se in this Sequoia. Now, the turning radius is big. It's 20.1 feet, which means the turning circle is 40.2. This is a wide one, so we're not going to make it. And we're going to have to K-turn it, but you get a chance to see my backup cameras in action, how they all look nice and clear. Loving how clear they are. And then we can turn around and get down the road. We'll try out our manual. Why not? We're in sport. We'll try out the manual mode, see how it goes. Picks up beautifully. The iForce Max has got pop. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, it's got some pop to it. No doubt about it. Let's try the downshifts. Nice and smooth here. We got the big 10 speed, so we got a lot of gears to fart around with. But it gets down the road just fine, and it shifts just fine if you want to do the manual thing. I don't think anybody will, but you never know. But let me know what you guys think about the Sequoia SR5 with the TRD. Now, you know what I would do? I'd go SR5, no TRD off-road package, because I'm using it on the road. But let me know if you like this setup. Let me know if you think 69, 70 grand is something that you'd be worth looking at and buying the way this vehicle is set up. Or is the Sequoia just not for you because of the cargo area, and you're going to go somewhere else with your hard-earned full-size SUV money? Let me know that in the comments as well. But I do want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Toyota Sequoia SR5 all-wheel drive with the TRD off-road package for a review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.